Hello, Team Perfect. It is Thursday night, and it's time for us to hang out a little bit. I'm excited to see you, ladies. And tonight, and gentlemen, if anybody's joining us, we have a few spouses that have joined our team. I don't know if we have any single guys that have just joined on as designers yet, but I'll get better about saying ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to talk to you all tonight because I want to speak a little on a topic that's pretty personal to me on balance and habits. So tonight is not going to be a big confessions night per se, but I do want to talk a little bit about balance because it's always been a big thing for me, and just some general themes that have been coming up lately with everyone that I've been coaching or speaking with, or even in some of my other groups with other leaders, and just some themes that are kind of coming up with everybody that I've spoken with, even my own mom and sister, who, we're not necessarily talking about our businesses when that happens. I'm going to do a quick refresh here and see if anybody's going to mention anything about any sound issues. Let's see. Nothing yet. I don't even know if anybody's on yet. So if there's any sound issues, let me know, but I'm just going to dive right in here. So basically, here's the deal. I have been noticing themes of introspection and evaluation among a lot of the team members that I've spoken with. So by that I mean people are starting to look at their priorities, personal and business, and starting to question whether or not they're on the right path to get what they want. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my personal story and share with you what I'm doing right now, and maybe give you some pointers on things that you might be able to do, or some challenges that could help you in getting closer to your goals. So I don't have a huge process that I went through, but here's the basics. I was looking for some motivation. I was sitting down looking for I need to find my personal why, and there's a lot of push to find what is your reason for doing this business when you first get started with direct sales. And then there's a little bit of figuring out, sorry, got distracted, darn Facebook. So figuring out my personal why. And also along those lines, I was trying to do a vision board. And I started thinking about what are the things that I really want to have and to do in my life. And I was looking at my vision board, and it was the same vision board that I've been making for years. So basically, I want to go on vacation with my whole family, my mom and dad and my sister and brother-in-law and their 2 kids, and of course my husband and our daughter. And I want to take a week to 10-day trip to a beach house down in Nags Head in North Carolina, because that's where we used to go when we were kids, and we would always go spend a week there in the summer. And I just really been wanting to do it as an adult with my own children, and invite the extended family to join us. And okay, great. That's awesome. So I've had that on my list for so long. I mean, my daughter's 3, and so I had it on the list before I even had kids, and it's still on the list. What's my point? My point is there are, got some viewers. I'm checking for any sound issues. My point is when I realized that my goals or my dreams or my vision board was the same as it has been for a long time, and that's just one example of one thing on there, I started thinking maybe I wasn't doing the right things to get me there. So as I started thinking about this, I began to evaluate if those items on my vision board were really what I wanted. I did a little research on what I want out of life, what other people want out of life. Sounds funny to say I did research on what I want out of life. I did research on how to figure out what you really want. And I started to question, am I really happy right now? I really want to be happy. Am I content? Do I have the feelings that I want to feel? So I started writing some things down, and it started me on this personal journey of transformation. So I want to share a little bit about that because it's pretty exciting. I'm making some great progress, and if anybody else is struggling with figuring out their reason why, or their really motivating goals, or otherwise getting kind of stuck, these might help a little bit. I don't know if they will, but maybe it's worth sharing and worth trying. So I want to have it all. I'm a believer in having my cake and eating it too. I think I can be a successful businesswoman and a really great mom and an amazing wife and sister and friend and all the things that mean a lot to me. And I can still be very successful in my business. I can make a lot of money, which is on my list, not as its own thing, but to enable me to do and give in ways that I can't currently. And I think I can do all of these things. I want to live an inspired life, and I want more than what I currently have. So I started looking into my personal why with Origami Owl. Why am I working with this company? First of all, I love Origami Owl, okay? So it's an amazing company, and I feel like I made the right choice. But a better question might be, why did I choose direct sales, and what do I want to get out of it? So yes, clearly I want some income. I would like to I need to replace a full-time income. I want to cover a certain number of bills at home, and I want to have extra spending money. There's a gnat in my office tonight, and it's driving me crazy. It keeps flying right by my face. So hopefully you can't see that on the camera. So in addition, though, I really wanted to find camaraderie with women. I was a stay-at-home mom when I found this company, and I had a little 9-month-old daughter, and I really hoped that motherhood was going to be the be-all, end-all thing for me that I found really fulfilling, and being a mom is amazing, but I didn't end up being one of those moms that wanted to homeschool and be with my kid 24/7. I was a mom who needed a break and who needed to do work. Honestly, that's the thing. I started realizing about myself as a person more than as a mom that I need to make an impact, and I personally need to create something, and that something also in turn needs to have some income associated with it in order for me to feel complete and fulfilled. So for me, Origami Owl allowed me the opportunity to create something and have camaraderie with other women and not talk about babies and diapers all the time, because that was really getting old for me with my 9-month-old who is now about to turn 3 in, 12 short days. And then it also allowed me to have to leverage my time for more than just an hourly wage, because I could have gone out and gotten a job anywhere, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted control over my finances. I wanted control over my time. I didn't want someone else setting my schedule. If I decided I wanted to work 40 hours a week, I wanted to choose those 40 hours. And I wanted to be able to take time off whenever I wanted, to take care of my family, to go on trips, to do, make my own priorities, be my own person. So direct sales has been a huge, a great fit for me for all of those reasons. So long story short, the other thing I found out from my personal why is that I really need to give back to other women. I want to give time, support, encouragement, tools. I don't want to be really needed, but I want to be able to light their path. So all of you on my team, my goal is always to help you by illuminating power, inner strength, courage, confidence, things that are already inside you, and just helping you realize that they're already there. That's what I want. So yay, these are all awesome. Very cool, Katie. That doesn't get you that much closer to going on a beach trip to Nag's Head. So let's come full circle with all of these things. The last thing on my vision board is reaching director. And it's crazy. I'm not there. It's not going to happen, I don't think, in the next 48 hours. But hey, that's all right. Maybe next month. But that's another item that's been on my vision board for months and months and months and months, and I'm not actually getting there. So, deep breath. In this process of analyzing my whys and analyzing my goals and visions and all of these things, I came across an article that I posted here on our Facebook group page. And it's an article about, name refresh, no comments yet. It's an article about letting go of goals and working on building a system. And I posted the link for you guys if you want to look at it. It's a real short read. But basically the gist is something that I had already realized, which was instead of looking at my goal and seeing it far off in the future and visualizing myself there, or whatever other techniques I was using for reaching my goal, it would be better for me to identify the things that I need to do every day to get there, and just focus on doing and being those things. So I have examples. Don't worry, we're not going to stay super arbitrary here. Basically, what this article in my realizations led me to was realizing that I wanted to identify the habits that I need to have in my life in order to feel the feelings I want to feel and reach the successes that I want to reach. So it sounds simple enough. If you want to get here, do what the people do that got there. It's clear. People say that all the time. But with this business, it's very easy to let the business run you instead of you taking control and running the business. And for me, things went super fast in the beginning, and the team grew really fast, and I kind of had given up on doing as many of my own parties and taking care of my own customers and building my own frontline, and instead had switched over to doing a lot more mentoring, which was great. But then I realized I had to do the shift and come back and focus on really building my own business and being a better example. This all happened last year. That's all well and good. So in comes balance. So let's talk balance. I am not a balanced person. I'm not really good at I'm not good at jobs like, oh, I need to clean out the garage. I'm going to work on that for an hour a day, every day, until I get it done. And it could take a month or 6 months or whatever, but I'm just going to do bite by bite. I'm going to get it done. I'm not that kind of person. I need a 3-day weekend. I need to have my daughter go stay at my mom's house, and I'm going to get this garage done, and I want to cross it off the list. So I'm not a I don't dip my toes in the water. I like run and do a cannonball. I'm in or I'm out. It's black or white. So I'm either doing it or I'm not doing it. And this is a really great technique for getting something done fast, and it has helped me achieve a lot of big things. I ran a half marathon. That's awesome. You know, those kind of bigger achievements that I am able to just put everything off to the side, focus in, and go until I get it done. That's great. Then I look up. I've got my trophy, whatever it is, and I am surrounded by chaos because I am not able to go hard, full on with this one task and one goal, and also maintain my home, family life in order and pay my bills on time and keep my dishes and laundry done, and maybe have a social life and stay in touch with my mom and my sister and go out to lunch or coffee with some of my girlfriends, which is, again, let's look back. This is why I started my business, was so that I would have control over my time and the freedom to do all those kinds of things. So I've been in kind of a big learning curve and, like I said, a personal transformation on analyzing balance and how I can get it. There are a lot of people who think it's an illusion, and it's not. You really can have it all. You don't have to sacrifice all of your sleep. You don't have to choose between, you know, being a good mom or being a good business person. You will have to make some sacrifices. That's a given. You can't be in 2 places at the same time. But you really can build your business in a way that's sustainable, because we're running a marathon here, gals. We are not sprinting. We want to be on this course for a long time. So you can build your business, keep it sustainable, and also keep all of the other things spinning in your life at the same time. So I'm going to share with you now some of the habits that I've personally implemented to help me make progress towards the goals that I want to have. Whew. That's a lot of talking in 15 minutes. A lot of personal stuff here. Still no comments. I hope some of you guys are on here. Howdy. Oh, I think I said I would post when I started. I think I forgot. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let's talk about habits. These are actually really working great for me so far, and I'm excited to share with you what I've done and what I'm going to continue doing, and some additional items that I have on the docket coming up soon. So keeping in mind that this balance is the goal. So I want really big, crazy, amazing things for my life. I know that I'm going to have some pretty awesome life accomplishments as I continue to go through my life. I just know it. I've always known it. I've done great things already. I'm going to keep doing them. I know you can too. And knowing that I'm going to have all that but I really also want to do these other things that I consider more in balance, which I'm going to share now. What I'm learning is how to have these little habits that will continue to propel me towards the big, big goals while still maintaining the other life reasons why I do what I do. Okay, so let me give more examples here. I want to be a more fun mom. Now, I don't know if a lot of you feel that way, but for me, especially being a business mom who felt like I really had to be 100% available all the time to my team and to my customers, and I never wanted to turn down a party or any sales opportunity, really. I often found myself with my phone in my hand while I was playing cars, trains, planes, whatever, and saying, hang on just a second, let's go for a walk so that I can do my quick texting while you ride your bike. I've definitely been a little bit absent, and I would like to be more present, because that's why I'm doing my business, is so that I can have income and be a very present, involved mom, and I want to be more fun. So that's one of my big goals that I'm working on. I also am working on my big business goals. So my personal goal is to have 100 people on my front line, and right now I'm at 56, so it's pretty cool. But some of that has been by chance and the natural company growth, and less of it has been based on hardcore effort and me really like putting it out there and inviting people personally. I mean, some, but not, I can't say I've invited, you know, the number of people that you would normally have to invite to get 56 to join is pretty high, and I haven't done that. So I'm recommitted to that goal of getting my 100 people on my front line. I also have of course I have the big goal of hitting director, but that's something that's going to happen as I get to my other goals. So I'm back kind of in balance with that goal and letting it be its own thing and focusing on something a little bit more tangible, which is hitting this 100-person frontline goal that I have. I also want to be a more present partner in my relationship. So here's me watching a movie, sitting in bed, 10:30, or maybe we're watching Veep. I don't know. We watch some pretty fun HBO shows, and I'll just, are you working? No, I'm just checking Facebook real quick, see if anybody needs anything. I'm working. That's not fair. It's not fair to my husband, and it's not fair to myself, because I deserve that downtime as much as anybody else does. But I do want to be a more present partner in my relationship, and I'm not going to get that by working 24 hours a day or every minute that my child is asleep. So I need to work on that personally. So the goal there is just being a more present and connected spouse. So I've got fun mom, I've got a specific business goal, I've got present and connected spouse. So I've got all these little things. And then the last thing is, I don't want to feel stressed out. So I just want to feel happy and in balance and in control of my business and my life, and not stressed out or overwhelmed. And what I found is that I can really let it go crazy. I mean, I can put some energy out there and start booking some parties, and I can fill up a schedule and be packed. I can be slammed. But it's not really realistic or sustainable, and I need to, I just need to figure out what my limit is and not go past that, and just kind of keep it real with the not overbooking or letting myself be too busy or feeling like if I don't respond to this person within 15 minutes, then they're not going to buy from me. They're going to find another designer. Well, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Hang on one sec. I think I might be getting sick, but it's not contagious over the internet. Yay! Unless it's a virus. Just kidding. Okay. So I've shared a lot of things that I want. There's a couple more on the list. I'm not going into all the details because it's 9:20 and we want to get to the good stuff, which is more of my list of habits. And those of you that are still hanging in there, I appreciate you being here. So I hope that you are at least entertained, if not yet commiserating or inspired. Okay, first habit that I've implemented that I love. I need time in the morning to set my day, my focus, my priorities. So my goal is to get up 1 hour before my daughter gets up. for a couple of reasons. One reason is if I sleep until she wakes up and yells for me on the monitor to come get her, then I'm already a little bit angry and frustrated and sluggish when I go to get her in the morning. And I just feel like she deserves better than that. But in addition to wanting to just be up and awake and aware before going to get her and saying, "Good morning, I'm so glad you're awake, I'm excited to see you," instead of like, this is my normal, like, come on, mommy needs her coffee. Anyway, so in addition to just to that side of being mom and wanting to do fun things like, hey, I made you a waffle, let's eat it in your bed. I mean, how fun is that? So I really need that time in the morning to set my compass for the day. So I get up and I want to look at my list of priorities, my list of goals, my core feelings that I want to feel, and remember why I'm doing what I'm doing every day. And just to keep in mind, like, hey, I really want to be good at this and this and this, and I really want to go to the beach with my family, just to look at my goals, kind of reset, look at my calendar, think about my priorities for the day. And some of you might do this. Some of you might get up and do your daily devotionals. I've never been that person, but I think that's great. I want that kind of that feeling. I want to wake up and read motivational quotes. I want to listen to music that really gets me pumped up for the day. And I just want to set my compass. That's the big thing. Like, this is where I'm going and I'm on a path. I don't want to amble through the day, and I don't want to be reactive. I'm not going to start my day by rolling over and checking Facebook to see if there's any emergencies. I want to remember that I'm on a bigger path than responding to what Facebook has to dish out to me today. And by that I mean all the awesome questions from all of the different groups that I'm in, all of the customer inquiries and questions on the new policies and procedures, things like that that really do need answers, but probably aren't aligned with my goal of adding 100 people to my front line. I mean, they're not really related. So I need to remember that my goals are big and important, and that those are what I need to focus on. I'm not going to be a reactive customer service rep all day long. There's a time and a place for that, and it's limited. So first habit for me is that 1 hour of me time in the morning, and I call it my power hour. So far I am not awesome at getting up early, but I'm working on it, and I'm going to make it a habit. So I will report back to you guys how that one's going over time. The second thing is I am having a mini priority session at the beginning of every work period that I have. So right now I'm working kind of weird office hours, and once they're finalized I'll repost the new ones. But typically I work 9 to 1 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So when I come in and sit down at my desk, I take 5 to 10 minutes to look at my top priorities. So because I'm at work doing my work, I'm not thinking about, like, how am I going to be an awesome fun mom today? I'm looking at work priorities. So for example, I want to reach out to 2 new people every day to share the business opportunity. So that's the first thing on my list. And if that's the only thing I get done all day long, it's been a really awesome day. And that's like number 1 on there, because it's related to my biggest goal of getting 100 people on my front line. Number 2 is having excellent customer care. And so that would be responding to customer inquiries and writing my thank you notes, those kind of things. And also contacting hostesses. So this is just an example of a habit that I've created, which is every day that I sit down to do some work, I take just a few minutes to look at my priorities. The reason for this is, let me see real quick, I want to get the quote right. Is it Abraham Lincoln? Yeah. So there's this great quote by Abraham Lincoln that says, as soon as it opens, I'm going to read it to you. "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." So for me, this quote has been amazing, because I feel like a lot of times I'm spinning my wheels. I will sit down to answer one quick question on Facebook, and before you know it, all 3 of my work hours for the day are gone, and I have not contacted 2 new people to grow my business. So having my priorities flip back around so that I can stay focused on my personal goal, and also allow some time for the other things, like answering Facebook questions, but not letting that drive my whole day, has really helped me stay focused on reaching my goals and stay focused on being balanced. So those are my my 2 priority sessions for the day. Okay, item number 3 on my new list of habits is my new desk. So I'm going to slide over here so you guys can see it. Here's my desk. You notice anything different about my desk? I'm just going to stand over here. It's pretty awesome. I like it. It's a table. Quick drink here. Okay. So this was kind of a stretch for me. It's kind of a reach. And I'm excited about it because it's kind of going awesome. So here is what I did. I realized that I was spending a lot of time on the computer, which is good. We have some work to do online, but I wasn't spending enough time working on my relationships, and this is a relationship business. So I decided that I needed to set my computer off to the side, which is this little table right here, and I allowed my table to represent the fact that, how do I want to say this? I need to be on the phone and in face-to-face meetings. That's really what I want to say. So by setting up my desk to not face my computer and suck me in immediately to this, thanks, Rhonda. Rhonda says I have a clean desk. So by setting up my desk this way, I have already noticed a big change. I've noticed that I used to make phone calls in the car, and my calls are so much better if I'm sitting at my desk and I have a piece of paper or a calendar or both. So I can make my customer calls, I can call my prospects, I can call my hostesses, and I actually turn this into a desk job where I'm making my calls at a desk like a professional person. It's made a huge difference. How crazy is that? So anyway, I would say if you sit down in front of your laptop to start working on your business, maybe consider just clearing off a little bit of space next to it and push it off to the side, or consider even closing it. I mean, who would have thought? Close your laptop and work your business on the phone. And of course, in person too. So today I had a customer come in and she said I had the most inviting office she had ever seen. What a great compliment. I think the best part is the chandelier. Did I show you guys this last week? Let me see if I can show you. There's a little chandelier up there. So cute. Anyway, thanks, Dad, for installing that last week. Maybe I didn't show you. I can't remember. Anyway, so that's been a huge habit change for me. So having my desk focused on relationships so that I can easily sit down and write a thank you note. You see those pink and gold striped things right there? Those are thank you notes. So ready for me to go. And I've got my favorite pens to write my notes. Of course, I always have my phone with me. I mean, do we ever not have our phones? And I also have a great big comfy chair over there ready and waiting for my customers to come in, or my potential team members to come in and have those one-on-one meetings or small group meetings and talk about our awesome opportunity. So that habit, having a desk without a computer on it, isn't really a habit, but using that desk is the habit. And I've been doing it daily, and I love it. I feel so empowered. I sit down, and without Facebook blinking at you, all of a sudden you think, I should probably pick up the phone and make some calls. And then, of course, if you've just had a 15-minute priority setting session, you know you need to call 2 people today, so you better just pick up your phone and do it. It's amazing. Okay, my habit number 4 is I started working on getting myself motivated regularly. And what I've done on this one is I went ahead and got the Sarah Robbins CDs. I got both of them, but her, what's it called? Is it her Rockstar Recruiting class? Sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I mixed it up because I've got her book sitting here. Boop. This is not a plug for her, but she's amazing. But I got both of her CDs. That's the one that I'm listening to right now is her new master class, and I am in love with it. So she says the funniest thing, turn your car into a rolling university. And I just think that's the best way to put it. So she's a genius. So I have turned my car into a rolling university. I listen to her CDs in my car anytime my kiddo is not in the car with me. Chloe might like her voice, but she's not really that interested, and then I have to keep rewinding because she asks me questions. Mommy, who's that lady? Mommy, what's she saying? So anyway, I get in the car in the morning and drive Chloe to school, and we have fun, and we talk, and we look at concrete mixer trucks and, you know, find the yellow taxi and the school bus, and then I drop her off, and then I turn on my CD. And then by the time I get back home, I am focused and ready for my day, motivated, and really making forward progress because of adding this motivation. There's that other great quote, I want to say it's Zig Ziglar, that says something like, some say motivation doesn't last, but neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So I'm a big fan of that one. Hi, Rachel. I like it when you guys say hi to me. So, quick drink. Okay. So you're in charge of your own motivation. If you don't feel motivated, get motivated. For me, I'm using this CD in the car as a habit. So right now I'm listening to them over and over again. I've listened to the first one twice, and now I've listened to the first set 2 times. And then now I'm listening to Masterclass, and I'm about halfway through that one. If I don't really feel like listening right that minute, I usually put on a happy song, because it's my favorite right now. And after I get pumped up, then I'm ready to listen to my CDs again, and then I get back on track. Other things that I do for personal motivation, I subscribe to BeHappy.me, which sends out a daily quote. I subscribe to Danielle Laporte. She sends out quotes, truth bombs, almost every day. She's pretty awesome. So those kind of things are what I use to keep myself motivated and focused. So after I set my compass in the morning, and then I also am setting my daily priorities when I sit down to work at my nice open desk that's not facing a computer. I'm also listening to my motivational CDs. And she's not really a motivational speaker, but I get pumped up and motivated listening to her. So it's important for you to realize that you have your own way of getting motivated. And if it's listening to somebody like Sarah Robbins, go for it. If it's not, if you want to listen to somebody else, go for it. You know, whatever it is that floats your boat, gets you pumped up about your business, and maybe gives you some new tips and tricks to try along the way, I say go for it. Okay, and then here's my 5th and final habit that I'm working on implementing right now. And this one's huge, and I'm especially speaking to my leaders, but even if you're not a leader, meaning you don't have anybody on your team yet, or even if you only have one person, like, these are still really important tips for you. Okay, this one is offline time. I have a fuzzy over here or something in my lip gloss, sorry. Okay, habit number 5 is offline time. So for me, I've always said you should have office hours. I mean, you guys have heard me say that. I have my office hours posted in my own office, so maybe that's overkill. But office hours are helpful. What they really do is if your customer checks your office hours on your email footer, they know when you reply to them that, you know, you might not get back to them until Friday because you don't have office hours on Thursday. That's really what they're good for, because we all know that we check in on Facebook on other times of day, or on the weekends, even if we're off on weekends. So while office hours are helpful, what I really recommend is that you pick non-office hours, that you specifically choose your times that you're going to be offline. You don't have to announce them. These are for you, and they're for you to hold sacred. And I had a little mini epiphany the other day, maybe a couple weeks back. I was driving, and I was sitting in nasty traffic, and I was at one of those lights where it takes like 4 turns of the light to get to the light, and it was on a feeder road. And Chloe was in the car. I had just picked her up from school. And I'm sitting here. The car is fully stopped, and I think, oh, let me check Facebook. So I check. And I'm like, I'll reply to that, blah, blah, blah. Nothing bad happens, so don't brace yourself. I mean, I'm not a texter while driver. I'm on a renewed course of never messing with my phone while the car is moving. But if I'm sitting at a traffic light that is stopped and my car is completely stopped, I will check my Facebook. I don't even know if that's illegal. Is that illegal? Y'all can tell me. Doesn't matter. So after a minute or two, my phone died. So I look in the glove box, and I'm like, or in the console, and I'm like, well, I don't have my charger today. What am I gonna do for 20 minutes while I drive home? Oh my goodness, like while I sit in this traffic. What am I gonna even do for the next 4.5 minutes while I sit through this light twice? So I was laughing at myself because I was so stuck on what I was going to do because my phone had died. And then, I don't know what is tickling me. It's going to drive me nuts. And maybe it's on my water. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I know this is awkward. Sorry. Okay. Bottom line is, my phone died. And normally I would have said, okay, Chloe, we have to go right home and get my phone charged. But instead I did all the things that we were going to do. So we went to Target together. We stopped by the grocery store together. We did all of our normal stuff. And I was in a completely different phase. Rhonda's telling me that's illegal in some places. I know. It's probably illegal to even have my phone in the car in some places. Yes, in El Paso, it's illegal to check your phone at a stoplight. Okay, so I was laughing at myself because I was surprised that my experience was so different. I did not answer a text message or a call or a Facebook question for like an hour. It wasn't that much time, but I was so much more engaged with Chloe. I was so much more aware of everything that was going on around me. I didn't have any of those awkward moments where I was like, here, play with this in the cart for a minute while I write this person back. How often do I spend my time like this? Okay, so I was surprised, and I really enjoyed it, and I felt refreshed and relieved, and I felt a break from the intensity and the self-perpetuating fury of social media. It's not really a fury. It's like this frenzy. That's the word I'm looking for, a frenzy. So by having that accident where my phone died and I had a good hour of downtime, I was able to relate to Chloe in a different way. I smiled at a lot more strangers in the store. I didn't have random chunks of time completely missing where I like check out and answer a question before getting back to what I was doing. And it was a really cool experience, and I felt sad that I had let myself go so long and not have that experience. So since then, I've decided that I'm going to have specific times of day that I am not online at all, not even for personal reasons. Now, granted, almost all of my Facebook is work. Also, all of my friends are work friends. I love you guys. And almost all of my texting is work, except when I text my mom and my sister. So it's my life is pretty work-centric anyway. So when I have offline time, it means I am not working, but it also means I am unplugged. And this change has really had the greatest impact on me. So it means that when I pick up Chloe from school at 3 o'clock, I put my phone away, and unless it's ringing, and when I look at it, it's my husband calling, I don't answer it. I don't answer my texts. I'm not getting on Facebook. And I'm committed to being focused on her, having some time that's away from technology for me, and being more interactive face-to-face with other human beings. It's crazy that we have to be deliberate about this, but we do. It also means that if I decide I'm going to go watch a movie with my husband, meaning like we're going to watch a movie before we pass on and go to sleep, not like go out to the movies, because I don't use my phone in the movie theater, but we're going to go, like I said earlier, watch Veep or something, which we watch, or New Girl, or any of my other favorite shows, or a movie. We watched We're the Millers this week, so anyway. So I'm committed to putting my phone away. Nobody's going to die in those 2 hours. I'm not even going to look at it. And then after the movie's done, I might go to sleep, or I might say, hey, I need to take 30 minutes and go check in and make sure everything's fine before I go to bed. And that way I'm giving him the respect that he needs, so that I can say, this is my time I'm having focused on you and this movie and us hanging out. And then now I'm going to consciously step aside a little bit. I'm not going to sit in bed and check my Facebook one more time before I go to sleep, because that's just not fair. Like I need to admit to myself that I'm going to go work for a little bit, and to him that I'm going to step aside for a little bit and go do some work. So this offline time commitment has forced me to draw some harder lines between when I'm working and when I'm not. And it means that I'm getting better at my work time and more efficient, and I'm getting better at my personal time. So I'm just going to recap real fast my 5 habits that I talked about tonight before I tell you the last little bits here. I have my morning power hour, and that gets my focus on for the day. I have my priority setting 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of every work session just to make sure that I'm on track with whatever's most important. I have my rearranged office with my desk, so I'm spending time sitting at my desk making my calls and not facing the computer. I have my motivation and learning systems in place, so I'm listening to my CDs anytime I'm driving, and I have my daily quote emails coming in. And then I've implemented offline time so that I can increase specific quality time with my family, but also so that I can unplug. And all of these things are causing me to feel happier and more balanced, and I'm getting closer to my goals. So I can't say, oh, I've added 10 people to my team. I haven't, because I haven't been doing this very long. It takes some time to get a new habit in place. But what I do feel is that I am making forward progress every day towards those things that I really, really want, which are to be balanced, be good at my job. I want to be an amazing mentor. I want to be an amazing mom. I want to be an amazing wife. Like all these things that I want to be and do and feel, and I'm getting a little teeny tiny step closer to them every day. So my challenge to you is going to be to start identifying what it is you really, really, really want. And maybe you can dig a little bit deeper than I need $600 extra per month to put towards my mortgage, and go a little bit more to the level of I want financial stability so that I'm not anxious every month wondering if I can pay my mortgage. So that's a good one. And then that feeling of stability is what you want to think about how you would feel once you get that. And so you're going to find these core feelings that you're looking for, and these how they relate to your personal whys while you're doing this business. And while you're looking at that, start thinking about what habits you could implement to help you get incrementally closer to that every single day. If you have trouble, I would love to help you. So please feel free to message me or post in the event or even on our main page if you have a specific thing that you're wanting, but you're not sure what habit to put in place. If you ask for help, make sure that you're open to hearing the answers. So I hope that part goes well. But I would love to help anybody who wants assistance figuring out their new habits that they could implement to get closer to a place of balance, because we all need a little more balance in our lives. Okay, so a couple of other fun, I think they're fun, quick things here. Because I'm being more segmented with my time, I'm having to get a lot better about what I do with my time. So I'm not spending as much time on Facebook. I'm not spending as much time being available 24/7 to answer quick questions. And it's taking me a little bit longer to get back to people. So I'm finding that to stay as good at what I'm doing as I am right now without giving as much of my time to something like answering questions, that I'm having to become more efficient. So some of the things that I'm going to be doing to increase efficiency are tools that I'm working on putting in place that are also going to help you guys. So here are some examples. One thing that I've talked about before is the Power Start plan. And that is the idea or the concept that when you first sign up with me, you get this kind of hardcore one-on-one training that's like, here's your step-by-step for the next 48 hours, and then I send you your next email, we have a phone call, or a training session, or we do, I come do your first party for you, that kind of stuff. Now, the good news is Origami Owl is starting something, I think on June 1st, we'll know in a couple of days, this really cool, similar concept of these weekly emails that go out to a new designer and their new mentor every week to help them both stay on track for what has to be done and what should be trained on. I'm stalling a little bit to see what those look like before I finalize my plan, but I do have my own things that need to be covered anyway. So the goal here is that I can train my entire frontline perfectly, and then everything will get handed down from there. I'll still make all of my information available to the whole team, not just my frontline. So I'm working on the Power Start plan. That is going to help me be able to mentor new team members and mentor more of them without feeling overwhelmed with the need to take care of 10 new people a month, if that's what my goal is. So 10 new designers in a month would be a really difficult number to keep up with, as they all tend to start their businesses and try to create the, try to achieve the Sort of Success program. And I would want them to all be able to do that. So the Power Start plan would be a way to make myself more replicatable and to free up some of my time so that it's a repeatable process and I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Second thing on my upcoming list is I personally am seeking an accountability partner. So I'm kind of, I wouldn't say interviewing, but I'm looking at a lot of the other ETLs that I know to see who is at the same level, who's trying to get big things happening, and I'm going to hopefully be able to set up a daily or weekly 10-minute call with somebody. I would suggest if you want to take your business to a new level and you're getting crazy hardcore about it, consider looking for an accountability partner, and I would be happy to help you find one. But finding somebody to partner up with who will text you and ask you questions about how things are going, and you will ask them the same, and you guys will kind of work off each other to reach your goals, it's going to be a really helpful thing. You don't have to be even in the same team. It can be in a different team. Even though it's kind of fun to compete within the same team, it doesn't really matter. So that's something I'm looking for myself to add in as a, hopefully a daily habit, would be contact with an accountability partner. Another thing that I'm going to be implementing, I mentioned this briefly last training, is an opportunity call, and that's something that I'm going to do weekly, and I think I'm going to start next week, but I'm not 100% sure, and if I do, I'll give you guys a little bit of advance warning. But basically, it would be the same 15-minute quick call every single week that you could invite your prospects to come listen in on the call and hear more about the business opportunity, and I would talk about maybe a little bit about my story or some of our team member stories that I really like, and a little about the company and product, the earning potentials, not the specifics of the overrides, but just the joy bars and commissions and things like that. And open it for questions at the end. And then after that, they would go back to you, and you would be ready to hopefully sign them on up. And then the last thing, these weekly trainings that I love to do. Are you guys getting tired of my face? I need to get my hair fixed up. I had to cancel my appointment. I was too busy. I've been thinking about asking any of the leaders on the team, and by leaders I mean people who have experience with things, not necessarily people who are at a certain leadership rank, but the leaders, the people who excel. I've been thinking about inviting any of you to participate in doing some of these trainings. And here's what I would be looking for. Hopefully somebody who would feel knowledgeable enough to speak about something. If you're not super comfortable on camera, that's okay. You guys know that we can do screen shares. I think I've done it before, but it's super simple. I can just say, oh, here we go. If I can find the right button, it's super simple. Screen share. Look, here's the consistency calendar. Now all you can see is this. You can't see my face. So you would be allowed to do, you know, a PowerPoint or whatever. There I am. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth thing on my list of upcoming new habits to implement. So instead of me having to feel like, oh, every week I have to come up with something super exciting and new for you guys to learn about, I'm hoping to be able to include some other voices in our Team Perfect trainings and probably some expertise. I haven't done a ton of massive events. I've done a couple that are big, but it's not my thing to constantly do big events. And some of you are really good at that and really knowledgeable about it. I haven't, I don't know. I might just, I'm not the expert on everything. So a lot of you out there are good at things that I'm not really that great at. I'm sure some of you are even better at how to talk to potential new designers and how to do some hostess coaching, and definitely how to do fundraisers and Facebook parties and takeout parties, some things that maybe I'm not that great at. We all have our skills. So I would like to invite other team members to help run these Thursday night trainings, and maybe you guys could get a change of scenery for once. And don't worry, I would help you with everything related to how to set up this Google Hangout and get you all lined up for everything. I even have an extra webcam if your laptop doesn't have one. So, or you can come here. You can come to my house and do it. That's fine with me. Anyway, so those are the things that I'm working on coming soon to add to my regular habits and tools to put in my and your toolboxes so that we can all get closer to our personal and professional goals and hopefully get back to a life of balance if any of you are feeling out of balance. I'm going to click refresh over here and see if anybody's got any questions. Does anybody have any questions they want me to answer on this call? We have 7 viewers right now, so I'm not sure if, let's wait a second here and see what happens. Not an enchilada. All right, my loves. This has been wonderful. I look forward to hearing from you individually and on our team page about your goals and the habits that you're going to be implementing and how you personally are able to strive for and achieve balance in your life and in your business. And if you have any questions, whether it's about something personal that I shared or about your own business and how you can grow it, just let me know. Contact me all the many ways you know how. I hope you all have a lovely night. Thanks so much for coming out.